subscribe to my channel now. Remember to subscribe to my channel. See you. Hello my subscribers and my viewers. Let's take a look on this clown here. This clown here from the United States of scammers. She wants to say that she learned Chinese in only 6 months. Yeah, She wants to say that she learned Chinese in only 6 months. This clown here. Look her description here. Learning Chinese is impossible. Join a non-polyglot's language learning journey. More info, United States. More info, United States of scammers. So because you say that you're non-polyglot, because you say you're not a polyglot, you think that means that you cannot be a liar and scammer and fooling people. Let's take a look here on this bullshit. I think most of her videos are in English. I don't know if she speaks a little in Chinese in some of the videos. Just some bullshit. Just some bullshit, people. Look, her first video here. Chinese beginner to intermediate in 6 months. Yeah, bullshit with you. And after how I learned Chinese in 6 months. Resources. You did not learn Chinese in 6 months. You're full of bullshit. Well, let's take a look here on this video here.
I'm not a polyglot.
Let's take a look on this bullshit nonsense here.
I'm not a polyglot.
Who cares if you're polyglot or not, you clown?
I'm not a polyglot.
Okay, so because you say you're not a polyglot,
I'm not a
so because you say that you're not a polyglot, then you cannot be lying to people or fooling people. Yeah, you're full of bullshit. Honestly, watching TV shows and immersion is the way to go to learn a language for me, but if you wanna write formal essays in that language, blah blah blah. This was the most well put together explanation video on language learning that I ever seen. Yeah, bullshit. So because she make a good video making some good explanation, that means that she learned Chinese or she know about language learning. She could just find another YouTuber saying something about language learning and then write down something, or look on Google or find some book about language learning and write some things about language learning and say those things. And you, Bianca.learns clown, just because you make a very long comment here in English doesn't mean that you are smart and can speak Chinese. Making a long comment here in English doesn't mean that you can speak Chinese, you clown. Just bullshit with you. You did not learn Chinese. And you cannot speak Chinese. And you are not learning Korean also or something like that. You're full of bullshit. Just bullshit with you. Just bullshit with you. You break down language acquisition so clearly. I guess that is what you're trained in. Language acquisition. All the scammers are talking about language acquisition. Yeah, you just download the language in your brain. Same like a computer. Same like a computer, you can just do some language acquisition and download the language inside your brain without learning the language. You are just some bullshit people. Let's take a look here on this nonsense. Is learning Chinese impossible? I'm not fluent yet and I'm not a polyglot, but I've gone from beginner to intermediate in 6 months. If you want to see how I've learned a language efficiently, stick around. Yeah, bullshit with you. And look here. Thank you, Matt versus Japan and Refold, for starting me on the right foot. So she followed Matt versus Japan and some other person called Refold. I'm not sure who is this Refold also. But looks like there's some scammer people. Look here. Look. This Refold here. He have video about who. Wait here. Look here. He have video about who. This shithole. Days of French and Swedish. Refold's first birthday party. Then you have a picture there. Thumbnail to picture together with Days of French and Swedish, or he put Days of French and Swedish in his picture. Understand real Spanish in 3 months? Yeah. So just some scammer people. She watch the videos of the scammers. I don't know this Refold, but I'm very sure it's also some fucking shithole. I'm sure it's also some fucking shithole, and you can see it's also from the United States. More info, United States, of scammers. All those American shitholes, they want to pretend that they learn a language very fast. And look, he's also subscribed to Matt vs. Japan. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but it looks like two different people. And I'm not sure if Matt vs. Japan, if he really is high level in Japanese. I'm Matt and I become fluent in Japanese through immersing myself in the language without living in Japan. Ha 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 ha! So he have not lived in Japan, and then he want to say that he became fluent in Japanese. I'm very sure he's also some fake shithole, liar, scammer. More info, United States. Just because you only focus on one language, it doesn't mean that you are fluent in Japanese. I'm very sure you are some fucking fake shithole. You can see he's subscribed also to this Refold and Matt Dajajian. This is his second channel, this Matt Dajajian here. And here you have some other channels also, Matt vs. the World. Just some fucking shit people, man. And he's also subscribed to Refold. But I think this Refold is another person. You can see it's another person, it's not the same person. Unless he put thumbnail of someone else. Who is Ethan? But why they're subscribed to each other? I think there's some scammer friends or something. I don't know. I did not watch this Refold. Look what I found here on Google. I searched about this Refold language learning to see what it's about. And then I found here that there is something about Matt vs. Japan. Look here. Is Refold actually going to make me fluent? Questions when he can. Hey, so Matt vs. Japan just unveiled this new language learning methodology called Refold, found at Refold. It looks like, look here. Look here. Is Refold actually going to make me fluent? Hey, so Matt vs. Japan just unveiled this new language learning methodology called Refold. It looks like a more polished version of Mia Ajad and now has an active community as well. I went through some of the material, but I am unsure if the method will work for me or not. From you guys' experience, do methods like this work, or will they make me miss out on a lot? So it looks like this Refold YouTube channel, maybe Matt vs. Japan is also the owner of Refold. I think maybe Matt vs. Japan is also the owner of that YouTube channel Refold. and he wants to make his own language learning method, but he just steal ideas from other language learning methods. Like those scammers, those polyglot YouTubers and those scammers from the language learning community, they will steal ideas from other language learning methods, then they will say that it's their own method. They will steal ideas from other language learning methods, then they will say it's their own method. Look here, it looks like a more polished version of Mia Ajat. They steal other methods and then they will make it their own method. Those thief and scammers. Those thief and scammers, they will steal other methods and say that it's their own method. Those fucking shitholes. They're just some fucking shit scammers stealing methods and ideas from other people and methods who have already been there for a long time. So it looks like this YouTube channel, Refold, the owner is Matt vs Japan, shithole scammer. So this Refold channel on YouTube, I think the owner is Matt vs Japan, shithole. Thank you Matt vs Japan and Refold for starting me on the right foot to fool and scam people. I'm very sure that this Matt vs Japan is also some fucking liar and scammer, and I'm not sure if he's really fluent in Japanese. I think he just makes some fake editing shit, reading from a script, pretending to be fluent high level in Japanese, and maybe he's just beginner in Japanese or something. There's a big chance that this Matt vs Japan is only beginner in Japanese. There's a very big chance that this Matt vs Japan is only beginner in Japanese, but pretend to be high level and fluent in Japanese, and then just make some fake edited videos reading from a script. Just some fucking scammer, liar, shit people. This video is not sponsored by any brands or items listed in my kits. The links provided are affiliate links. Not sponsored, but she put affiliate links. The links provided are affiliate links, so I may make a small percentage of the sale of qualifying items and not extra cost to you. Yeah. So you are making money from affiliate links, you fucking shithole. That's why you lie to people and say that you learn Chinese in 6 months. You lie to people and say you learn Chinese in 6 months so you can make money from affiliate links, you fucking shithole. Also, she have Patreon. Shit out my socials, Patreon. Yeah. Fucking shithole, man. And she also have TikTok. Who am I? Is this clickbait? Of course it's clickbait. Not only it's clickbait, it's also a lie and a scam. It's also a lie and a scam. It's not only clickbait. 6 months has progressed. Blah blah blah. Why don't I speak in Mandarin? Maybe you don't speak in Mandarin because you cannot speak Mandarin, you fucking shithole. You just speak in English the whole video, and I don't know if you will say few things in Chinese Mandarin. Maybe here this 6 months progress. I don't know if she will speak there. Just some bullshit, liar, fake shithole. Let's take a look.
Polyglot. Hello everyone, it's Beat. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad to have all of you here. For those of you who don't know me, which I guess is all of you since this is my first video, technically my third, but I did record the first 2 videos in time-lapse mode, so...
The voice is super low, the voice.
I had to scrap those. My name is Bianca, and I study the brain for a living. And right now, I'm learning Chinese. Fairly adequately, I would say. If you came here to learn the best way to learn a language, the most tried and true methodology that will guarantee you fluency in 6 months or less, you have not come to the right place. No, this isn't a clickbait video, and I don't want my channel to be a clickbait channel. Challenging myself to learn insert language in 1 month or less videos, but that's not really realistic. But you probably already knew that. I am not fluent in Mandarin. I still suck pretty badly, and I am essentially a glorified translator. But I have made significant progress in a relatively short period of time, and I just want to share about my experiences. In this video, I'll be talking about said progress with stats, general method, why I've been able to improve so quickly.
Making a video speaking in English, pretending that you reach a good level or high level in Chinese in 6 months. Making a video speaking in English, pretending that you have reached a good level or high level in 6 months. And people, they will just believe anything. So anyone who make a YouTube video and YouTube channel, anyone who make a YouTube channel and make a YouTube video saying they reach a high level in 6 months, then people will believe in them and listen to their advices and pay money for what they tell people to buy or do.
Measuring fluency is a tricky thing, so I'll do my best to be comprehensive, but it won't show the complete besides the most common pronouns.
And the voice is super low. The voice is super low, and also she's reading from a script when she's just speaking in English only. She only speaks in English, but she's reading from a script telling her bullshit nonsense.
How to say hello, how to say goodbye. Oh, and need sure found the mark.
You can see the video is full of edits.
September of 2020, but dabbled.
The video is full of edits.
Here and there over the summer. I didn't really learn much besides.
You can see she keep looking to the side to read her script. She keep looking to the side to read her script, and the video is full of edits, and she's only speaking in English, and her voice is very, very low.
It's the most common pronouns, how to say hello, how to say goodbye. Oh, and need sure found the mark. It's been a little over 6 months.
Okay, so you said few words in Chinese, and you look to the side there to read your script.
Much besides the most common pronoun.
You could see before she speaks, she looked to the side to read her script.
How to say hello.
See, she looked there to the right side to read the words in Chinese. Look, just to say few words in Chinese, then she looked to the right side to read her script and full of edits. Looking to the right side to read your script, just to read few words in Chinese. Looking to the right side just to read few words in Chinese, and the video is full of edits.
Say goodbye. Oh, and need sure found.
See, it's full of edits. Edit, 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 you fake shithole.
It's been a little over 6 months.
Full of edits, you fake shithole.
Intensive study. Currently, I know around 1,006 unique characters and around 860 words.
Okay, so because you tell us that you know those 1006 characters and 860 words, then it's real. I cannot speak Chinese, I cannot speak Japanese, I cannot speak Korean. So if I make some video saying I know 1000 characters or 1000 words in Chinese and Japanese and Korean, if I make a YouTube video saying that in English, then it's real. So because you make a video in English and say you know 1000 characters or 1006 characters and 860 words in Chinese, then it's real. Just because you say it in a YouTube video and you say it in English, you're just full of bullshit.
I use the HSK textbooks, which has levels from 1 to 6. And these are pretty standard. They teach you the standard dialect of Putonghua. The recommended time
Full of edits, you fake shithole.
frame for learning each level in this textbook series is A3 recommends 3 semesters.
So because you tell people about this, then it means that it's real and that you have really learned the language.
HSK 4 recommends 4 semesters for a cumulative total of 1,200 words. According to this timeline, in order to get to the halfway point of HSK 4, which is where I'm at right now, it would take.
Her voice is so low, I cannot even hear what the fuck she's saying.
8 semesters, or 4 years worth of language learning courses. Personally, I think this is a pretty extensive timeline, but that just kind of shows the inefficiency of the majority of language learning courses. So here's my timeline. I went through HSK 1, including all the practice exams, in 1 month. HSK 2, 2 months. HSK 3 in 1 month, and I'm projected to go through HSK 4 in 10 weeks.
Yeah, bullshit with you, liar. Bullshit with you, liar. You just tell us that you did this in 1 month, HSK 1 in 1 month, HSK in 2 months, HSK 3 in 1 month, HSK 4 in 10 weeks. Something that people do for many months or years, then you want to say that you did it in only 1 month or 2 months or 10 weeks. You're just a liar full of bullshit. Making a video speaking in English, telling people that you did it in only 1 month or 2 months or 10 weeks, then people believe anything you say, you fucking shit liar.
Currently, I'm on lessons 9 and 10 in HSK 4 since I go through 2 chapters a week. After I finish an A with this method, I am able to recognize a little over 1,000 characters and write around 800.
Telling us in English that you're able to recognize 1,000 characters or how many characters doesn't mean that it's real, you fucking bullshit liar.
160 of those characters. I can probably speak at an HSK 2 level. You may be wondering, Bianca, didn't you just say that you can recognize 1,000 words? You can write 860 words, you're HSK 4. Why is your...
The video's full of edits, you fake shithole, and you're reading from a script, and you only speak in English.
reading and listening comprehension so much higher, because that'll develop bad habits that I'll just have to break later down the road. An example of this is the sentence. Translated into English, it means a person's life can have nothing. Now let's look at the differences between Now translated into English, an example of this is the sentence. 人的一生可以生.
You can see she's looking down and reading this fake shithole, man.
Example of this is the sentence. 人
Look at this fake shithole. You can see she's looking down and reading. Look, her head now is looking down. Her eyes are looking down and reading her script. Looking down and reading a script, you fake shithole. I'm very sure that you cannot even read Chinese characters. There's a big chance that you cannot even read Chinese characters. Someone who can speak Chinese wrote down a script for you, Chinese words with English letters. There's a very big chance that someone who can speak Chinese wrote down a script for you, Chinese words with English letters. You can see she's just looking down and reading. Looking down and reading your script, you fucking scammer shit. You want to follow Matt versus Japan and this Refold because there's a big chance that both of them are also liars and scammers. There's a big chance that Matt versus Japan and Refold are also liars and scammers. Matt versus Japan, he make video with Luca Lampriello, and also I think he have with Steve Kaufman, I'm not sure. And Matt versus Japan, he also have video with, I think he have with Days of French and Swedish, I'm not sure. And Matt versus Japan, he also have video with Oli Richards, the video where he lie about this girl, where they say this girl who learned Japanese in only few months or something like that. I'm very sure this Matt versus Japan, he is also a liar and fake. You can see this shit, she's just looking down and reading. You can see she's just looking down and reading her script. Looking down and reading your script, you fucking liar and scammer. You want to be same like Matt versus Japan and those people from the language learning community because you're also a liar and a scammer. And I don't care if you're not polyglot. I don't care if you're not polyglot or if you only concentrate about 1 or 2 languages, you're still a liar and scammer. Same with Matt versus Japan. Just because you only concentrate about 1 language, he can still be a liar and scammer. If Matt versus Japan only concentrate on Japanese, he can still be a liar and a scammer. Because if Matt versus Japan is only beginner in Japanese, but pretend that he is fluent and high level, and if he pretend that he learned Japanese very fast, then he can also be a liar and scammer. You can see this girl, she's just looking down and reading. You can see she's just looking down and reading. She put the Chinese text in front of her eyes and her face, so people cannot see where she's looking, but you can still see her eyes are looking down, her face looking down to read.
Mail.
Looking down and reading. You try to hide your eyes and your face with those Chinese letters. You try to hide your eyes by putting the Chinese letters in front of your eyes so people cannot see where you're looking, but I can still see you're looking down. You're looking down and reading your script.
但不能没有朋友，
Looking down and reading your script, you fake shithole.
而且必须要有自己真。
Looking down and reading. Look at her. You can see she's looking down and reading. Looking down and reading, you fake shithole. You can see she's looking down and reading a script.
真正的朋友. Now translated into
Another edit. Just some fake shithole.
English, it means a person's life can have nothing, but it can't be without friends. Moreover, one must have real friends of their own. Now let's look at the differences. Now translated into English, it means a person's life can have nothing, but it can't be without friends. Moreover, one
And why you put the text in front of your eyes so people cannot see when you look to your script?
must have real friends of
Just some fake shit.
their own.
Look there, now she want to say one word in Chinese. Now she need to say one word in Chinese. You can see she's looking down. Look at her, she's looking down. She would just say one word in Chinese, then she looked down to read her script. Looking down to read your script, just to say one word in Chinese.
Now let's
And you can see there was an edit there, you fake shithole.
look at the differences between these two translations. Chinese has way more run-on sentences, while English
Full of edits, full of edits. She come near, far, full of edit. She come near from the screen, far from the screen, near from the screen, far from the screen, full of edits.
prefers brevity, the way that a Chinese translating from Chinese to oneself, translating from Chinese to English. People throughout
Full of edits, you fake shithole.
life cannot grammar is very similar to translated into Chinese or vice versa. That's why we have
Full of edits, you fake shithole, because you cannot speak Chinese. Just some fake shithole. Just some fake shithole. Let's take a look on this one, my method. Let's see what she will say.
here's my method. Refold, formerly known as MIA,
Yeah, Refold. Yeah.
formerly known as AJAT, formerly known as Stephen Krashen's input hypothesis for
This Stephen Krashen, the big scammer who start all this scamming shit. I think this Stephen Krashen is the big scammer who started all this. I did not show his videos on my channel, but this Stephen Krashen, all the Polyglot YouTubers talking about him, and I've talked a little about him before. He's some kind of professor, but I think he's a scammer. He's a scammer. He is the one who tell about this language accusation. This Stephen Krashen is the one who talk about this language accusation, and this is just a big scam. This whole language accusation thing is a big scam. There's something in real called language accusation. There's something in real called language accusation, but it takes much longer time. It takes much longer time, and it takes much more hard work. And beside of the language acquisition, you also need to practice the language and learn the language. But those scammers, they want to make it look like you can just do some language acquisition, then you will just learn the language and memorize the language very fast and know the language very fast. It's just a big scam, those fucking scam shit community.
language acquisition. That was a lot of words. Essentially, my method is this. Comprehensible input equals language acquisition. I am not learning Krashen's input hypothesis for language acquisition. That was a lot of words. Essentially, my method is this. Comprehensible input equals
You can see she's looking down and reading this fake shithole.
language.
You can see she looked down to read her script to tell us about this language acquisition. She's looking down and reading, but she hid her face and her eyes with this text. She put some text on the screen to hide her face and eyes, but she's looking down and reading.
Acquisition. I am not learning language. I am acquiring.
You're not learning languages, you're acquiring. Yeah, hi. Those scammers, they're not learning languages, they're acquiring. You're not acquiring, you are just editing and faking and reading from a script, you fucking shitholes. You're editing and faking and reading from a script, you fucking fake shitholes.
Language. I first learned this hypothesis around 2 to 4 years. It's from this guy named Matt versus Japan, who pretty
Yeah, fuck you and Matt versus Japan scammer. Fuck you and Matt versus Japan scammer, you fucking shit people.
much became a language learning guru early in my Chinese studies. He learned Japanese to native-like fluency and native-like pronunciation in around 2 to
Yeah, bullshit with you.
4 years, which immerse yourself in content that you can understand. All of his videos, which kind of boils down to this. The more that you listen, you read, you immerse yourself in content that you can understand, the more you'll acquire, which through time will lead you to fluency. This is all it takes. Words, actively recall them through listening, through reading, through watching content, and you keep my language learning process. I separate my time into the information that I've actively learned in the past textbook. And I'm sure it could be correct. And the phrase I'm fine has a whole, technically it could be correct. But when asked the question, how
You can see it's full of edits, just some fake shit. Full of edits, you fake shithole.
are you doing? Have you ever responded?
Full of edits. And you can see she looked there to the right side to read her script. Looking to the right side to read your script. She keep looking to the right side or looking down to read her script. You can see she looked to the right side to read her script just to tell us about this language acquisition and those different things. Then she's reading a script. They're just some scammers telling us their bullshit nonsense. So this Refold is some language acquisition nonsense. They're just some fucking shitholes. Just some fucking shit humans.
Planned to divert resources to the healthy leaves and help it grow better. How do we prevent the brain from pruning our language learning? Force the brain to recall that information right before it's forgotten. So now that I have vocabulary, I review that vocabulary in my spaced repetition flashcards, and that is language acquisition in a nutshell. And this is all I've been doing. It's pretty simple, it's rather technical. One has a lovely day, a lovely evening.
Yeah, bullshit with you. You're just faking and reading from a script and you only said few things in Chinese. You're full of bullshit. You're full of bullshit. She only said few things in Chinese and she was looking down and reading from a script. And the rest of the time she speak in English and also she look and read from a script and she edit. Let's take a look on the next video, but I'll not show the whole video. I just want to see something here. How I learned Chinese in 6 months. Let's see this bullshit.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and I'm so glad to have all of you here. But if you're new, 欢迎来到我的 YouTube 迟到. Did I get that right? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and I am so glad to have all of you here. But if you're new,
you can see it's full of edits. She come near far from the camera.
欢迎来到
See, she keep closing and opening her eyes. She do some editing to read from her script.
我的 YouTube
She looked down to read this fake shithole.
迟到. Did I get that right? If you're coming from Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and I'm so glad to have all of you here. But if you're new, 欢迎来到
Why you close your eyes when you're going to speak in Chinese? Why you close your eyes when you're going to speak in Chinese? Because she look and read her from her script and edit.
我的 YouTube 10道
You fake shithole. See, she looked at the right side to read also. Just some fake shithole. You only say few things in Chinese and then you look to the side to read or look down to read.
Get that right?
You fucking fake shit human.
If you're coming from last week's
Full of idiots, you fake shithole.
video where I gave a brief overview of how YouTube algorithm. Today I'll be talking. Disclaimer: this is fit with you, then don't. Massive recall. So
Just some fake shithole scammer. Just some fucking shithole. Just some fucking shithole, man.
generally, how do we learn? If you're interested in the specifics, all memories. But what long-term memory, on the other hand, is like an organized house. But what does that even mean? Short-term memory is kind of like a story, easy to find what you're looking for. Things you realize actively speak and actively conversation with is saying main power. Like on your commute, listening to our target language. One word ends and one word begins. Through time, you'll start to understand dozens of videos about active when you need to use it. There's no way gets converted in high school learn common words. Makes my brain hurt. The first question to ask yourself: resources that match that. I reckon we need a solicitor. People would think that you start off with one of these two. I have chosen to learn characters. If you're learning Mandarin Chinese, the two main dialects that have extensive resources are Taiwanese and Standard Mandarin. So I recommend that you start off with one of these two. I have chosen to learn the standard mainland version of Chinese, or Putonghua. So I use simplified characters and the and highly effective for language plays and brief grammar explanations. On the first I just try to get a general feel for the major concepts, since the grammar and the vocab using. And if there's a particularly confused at all, each of all the meaning in the stroke order. Smart people have to. I found it difficult explaining these new stress. Active learning setup. Free mark. I started. Now the great thing about 5, which has around left, is passive. You doing your job if it won't. Even though I don't understand the majority of it, I'm exposing my brain to new ways of speaking. Another podcast to actively. I'm not a polyglot.
Just some bullshit, speaking in English the whole time, the whole video speaking English, and only start of the video she said something in Chinese and she look and read from her script. Just some bullshit nonsense. You are a liar and a scammer. You cannot speak Chinese, and if you know something in Chinese, maybe very few words or few beginner stuff. But I think you cannot speak Chinese at all, because you need to look to read from your script just to say few words in Chinese. Just to say few words in Chinese, you need to look and read from a script. It means that you cannot speak Chinese at all. You are fake liar and scammer, same like Matt versus Japan. You are fake liar and scammer, same like Matt versus Japan and all this language learning community. You're just some fake shithole liars and scammers. You did not learn Chinese in only 6 months. You're just some fucking shithole liar and scammer. Subscribe to my channel now. Remember, subscribe to my channel. See you. اشترك في القناة دلوقتي. افتكر اشترك في القناة. أشوفك. السلامة. Husk at abonnere på min kanal nu. Husk at abonnere. Vi ses. Abonnez-vous à ma chaîne maintenant. Abonnez-vous. Abonnez-vous à ma chaîne.